Hey guys, Slade here from SteamGamers.net, currently the owner and administrator of a Arma 3 server, currently called Slade Sneaky Server. It's a server that's lightly modded, and I'm here to just show you guys real quick a few different tips and tricks of the new realism mod right now. So, right now we just have everything set up on Atlas. I have a few missions right here that we can work with, but today we're going to work with the MCC template. It's pretty much just Atlas in general, but it's programmed to actually work with the MCC4 sandbox. So right now my server is currently running 3 different mods. It's running ACE3, which is Advanced Combat Environment 3, and that's just a way to enhance the environment altogether in your gameplay. Another one is MCC, which is a sandbox I showed you earlier. And another one that you want to download is the CBA, which is the Community something something. And it pretty much just ties everything all together. So right now I'm going to go ahead and pick Blue Fort. I'm going to pick one of these guys. And it doesn't really matter what you're picking. Right, and we also just have this virtual slot right here, but that is set up in game, and you'll automatically be put in there if you're the MCC leader, which I will show later in this video. So hopefully this will be nice and short. We'll pick a character, wait for this to all load up, and I will show you the basics of MCC, which is also integrated with Zeus. So if you're at all familiar with Zeus at all, that's also incorporated, so you don't necessarily have to use the MCC interface to create missions or to move everything around. But there's a lot of functionality of the MCC that ties in with Zeus, and also some instances within MCC that makes gameplay a lot easier depending on the scenario you're trying to create. So right now we're just waiting for all this to load. And you have to excuse me because I do have a potato. It's gonna take a little while to load, so you're just gonna have to listen to my voice through a little bit. All right, here we go. Maybe not, maybe. So I have been receiving some complaints about the mod being a little too advanced, which is understandable. It's going above and beyond the vanilla Arma right now. So I'm just here to show you a few things. So we start in as the squad leader with Alpha, so we can go ahead and look at our inventory just like anything else. If you notice something right away, you have the Bandage Basic and Morphine Auto Injector. These things are different from vanilla Arma. We'll go through it. It's part of the first aid package right now. So yeah, everything else should be pretty simple. You have the multi-tool right there, which we'll be going through in just a moment. What we're gonna do right now is figure out where we're at on the map. One thing about this mod is it tells you exactly where you are. The coordinates right here. So we know that 144.166, gonna be reading that right here and right here. So we're right around here, not too far away. So I can change that within the server variable to actually change all this, and it's really simple to change the settings. You have to change it from recruit or from regular to recruit. Right now we're gonna skip all that, and we're gonna go right into the MCC. You're gonna scroll up on your mouse wheel to get the menu in the top left hand corner that says MCC. Now when you do this and nobody's the actual MCC owner, this will show up, and all you have to do is hit login, and now you see in the bottom left hand corner that you are the MCC owner and you know how to access it. So right now you should see a map, and you'll see that we're right here on the airfield. We're Alpha 1-3. If we click that, and anyone else that's in your squad, it will show you all the units that are down here. It will show you if they're a player, AI, or anything else. So you can click that player, and if it was anyone else, you'd be able to see who they are right here. But since this is me, we're not going to see ourselves. So you have all these options right here that you can use. Kick, ban, teleport, join, broadcast, delete, hijack, parachute, track units, and halo. So kick and ban, pretty self-explanatory. If you have admin privileges, you'll be able to ban, or you can kick if someone's being unruly. You can also teleport them. All you gotta do is click, teleport, click somewhere on the map, and boom, we're somewhere different. So whenever you close out this menu, you can always bring it up with the scroll wheel menu again. Use your scroll wheel, use space or the middle mouse button, and you're good to go. So now we can see ourselves right here in the corner for some reason. We can see that that's us. So you can watch your players or your AI as you're moving around. Now, broadcast I wouldn't work with because it just shows a live feed with all players for 15 seconds. Still buggy, still working on it. Join group or unit with another group or unit. Pretty self-explanatory. Delete. You can't delete players. You can delete any AI if they're becoming unruly as you need. Hijack. It's pretty much the same thing as remote control in Zeus. Parachute, which allows a character to parachute in a direction. It's sort of like teleport, but then it's a little more realistic, a little more roleplay. Track units, you'll be able to track the units on the mission maker map, where they go, what they're doing. And then a halo jump pretty much throws them 6,000 meters into the air to eventually parachute down. Takes a long time, so only do that if you want to be realistic. So let's go over all these other buttons, because this is a lot to cover, and we want to do this as easy as possible. So we have spawn, which is spawn units in groups. So we can go ahead and see right here the units, type, random, and everything, blah blah blah. So want to go for units or groups, you can pick either or. So let's just say I want to spawn a group of people. I'll pick groups, and then I'll choose what kind I want. I want infantry, and then class, whatever class you want, fire team. It also tells you how many units are going to spawn in, and then their behavior. So right now we want them to be defensive around us. So it's going to be on the server. We don't need to worry about the headless client, and all you have to do is hit create, and then it'll pop in somewhere on the map. So right now, we have our faction loaded up as NATO West, which is which side that we're on currently. So we're going to go ahead and create. I'm going to put that not too far away from where we're at. And now we can see that we have Alpha 1-1. So create, boom. You can also spawn in zone that I'll cover a little bit later. So we're going to hit escape to close this out and see our fire team right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 healthy individuals. So right now there's another bug with the MCC that for some reason a little red tint pops up whenever you're doing anything. So that's another thing I gotta work on. The CAS is a closed air support. Well, that's pretty simple. You pick what you want, you click it somewhere, and it'll show you some closed air support. So if you hit add, it'll actually show it available in your actual supports menu. Go back to the MCC. Supply drop, artillery, evac, IED, all these other things, very simple. Another thing you want to look at is the brushes menu. This brush menu is very simple. If you want to delete everyone or anything else, you just click and drag like you would be in Paint. I click delete all, brush, selected it. Now everyone is gone. Very simple, very nice. Alright, so you can also enable roles right here as well. Not too simple. Alright, so we have up here other things that you can use. If you want to win the mission or fail it for your team, then you just click that and it'll show up on the server as mission 1, mission failed, whatever, it's for whenever you're creating a scenario. Ghost mode, which makes you completely invisible to enemies, allows you to run around, do whatever you want. Opens up the camera, you could teleport yourself, and yeah, that's about that. Now let's go to the actual beef of the MCC, which is the mission generator. So let's just say that I want to create a mission in Theresa. Now with the mission generator, by default it uses up the entire map and it will randomly generate a mission wherever depending on the parameters. So what we want to do instead is create it just right here in Theresa. So by doing that, or how we do that, is by creating a zone. Click create a zone and then drag and drop in a square exactly where you want that mission to be approximately. Let go, and now you have zone number 1. Now, for some reason, I don't know why Alpha 1-1 spawned there, but anyways, moving on. Going to the mission generator, we just click this. It's the mission wizard. Select zone 1, and then we decide all these other options. So, rival faction, we want to make sure this is someone other than us. So, we're NATO West, we want to go up against the CSAT East or the AAF guerrilla forces. So, we're going to go up against the CSAT East, and we're going to decide the civilians faction right here is just for civilians if you have that enabled. I suggest you keep it default civilians. Numbers of players, this is all up to you. The more players that you designate, the more enemies there are going to be. So if you select 1 and there's 1 player, it's going to be vastly different between having 1 player actually playing and setting the mission to 7 players. So for now, we'll set it at 4. Difficulty, same thing as the number of players. The harder it is, the more enemies there are. So we're going to set that at medium. CQB stands for Close Quarters Battle, which, as you can see here, by selecting yes, it means more likely the mission will be set in an urban area with or without enemy units in the buildings. So we want to hit yes and with civilians because we do want to get that all up inside the building area on the map. Stealth, we're gonna hit that no, but if you select yes, it will be set at night, and if somebody sees you, alarm will trigger, and then more reinforcements will arrive. People will be alerted, just like any standard stealth mission. Precise locations, this is for the actual spawn, or the actual objective points on the map. If you hit yes, then whatever that objective is, it will be extremely close to the location set on the map. We're going to set that to yes. Show some markers. It shows you the debug markers for the IED locations, for suicide bombers. I recommend no, because you'll be able to see everything on the map anyways. You don't really need to. Once you get more advanced, you can select yes. For right now, we'll select yes. And for the actual objectives, you can set up 3 different objectives. We're going to set all these to, oh wow, that glitched out. That's great. Objective 2 and 3 is going to be none, but we're going to select number 1 to be kill the HVT, which stands for high value target, which is usually an officer or someone else. You can decide whether to have vehicles and armor. We're going to set both those to no to make it easier. Reinforcements. You can decide whether the enemy will receive reinforcements, so we'll hit no. Artillery, will decide the enemy has artillery, either mortars or self-propelled artillery, or random. It could be yes, no, both. We're going to hit no. Intro, you can decide if you want a music and intro. I usually just select intro because music gets too hyped up at the very beginning of the mission. IEDs stands for improvised explosive devices. It's pretty much mines or anything that might be in the way that could just randomly blow up if an enemy gets close to it or a player gets close to it. We're going to hit that on no because we don't want anyone randomly blowing up. Suicide bombers, the civilians can come up to you and blow up. We're going to hit that to yes. Armed civilians, it will give some civilians with weapons. They might be holding a rifle or they might hold a handgun that is concealed and they might kill you out of anger. Roadblocks on the roads, it decides whether or not there are random roadblocks on the roads. We'll hit yes. Animals, that's self-explanatory if you want animals in the mission or not. They won't really help, they'll just be there. Time and weather, you can decide the weather and time. Right here, it'll just go between sandstorm, blizzard, and snow. I won't change that because it just sort of messes with the other weather variable that I'll show you in just a moment. And then the area, this is the big one. You can either set it for the whole zone or for the current zone, which we have set at number 1. So go ahead and hit zone number 1, generate the mission, and then the server will go ahead and start building a mission. As you can see, it already gave us a task. Kill Adil Kira, kill or capture, and we'll just wait for it to build a mission. So while it's building a mission, if we go into the MCC menu, we can actually see that in this zone right here, we can see everything that's going on. You can see that it's actually creating different groups right now, and you can actually hear people engaging each other right now, since it's not too far away. And from the MCC menu, it's exactly like Zeus. You can see absolutely everything. You can click on different groups, and they'll actually show you who they are. I don't know who this is. This is Hobos. He's gonna be my trustful, faithful assistant today. I'm gonna give him a hearty salute right now, even though he has no idea I'm making this video. I did not realize he even popped on. So yeah, we're gonna give him a little message. Hey, doing a video right now. Give me a moment. And we're going to go ahead and do that in global so we can actually see that. I have no idea if he actually saw that, so I can't even hear him because I have my voice enabled or disabled. So we're going to go to the MCC, and Hobos is going to be our guinea pig today. We're going to move up to here where we're at, and we're going to click his group, hopefully. Showing all units, click and click. It should show him, but for some reason it's not. Okay, going back here. Oh yes, that's it. So another thing too is that this is a very in-depth program or plugin. I'm hitting CSAT East, so when I hit NATO West, it'll show me all of the factions that I'm with. Right here it shows player My Hobos, and I can see him right here in the camera doing his thing. So if I wanted to, and I want to teleport to him or teleport him somewhere, I'll just click teleport, boom, bring him a little closer, and now he's a little bit closer. I told him to do the mission. Hopefully he'll do the mission, and everything will be great. You can see the objective marker, and you can see all the different factions here. So I can hear some gunshots right now. Alright, so now that we got that going, we have a mission going. We're going to go ahead and talk about Zeus a little bit. Now you can hit Zeus right here, or you can do it the normal way where you hit escape and Y, which is the default option. So we're going to go ahead and hit Zeus. And then click the map somewhere. And now we're in the Zeus interface. So right now you can see me hanging out, our player. And we can zoom out a little bit, and then we can click this guy right here, and we can see Combat Lifesaver My Hobos. So for people familiar with Zeus, this is a lot easier to use than the MCC interface, but it's very self-explanatory. Give me one moment. Coughing in a video, great. So as you can see, we can see this roadblock right here, which we designated inside of the wizard, and we can see a few units inside of here doing their thing. Now we can see hobos moving up to that location. We can also see another roadblock here to the north. A few more units. We can see some close mortar supports. And we can hear a lot of gunshots. It looks like that the NATO forces were actually occupied inside of here for some crazy reason. So they're currently engaged with CSAT. So we're going to zoom back out. We can see another dead body, and we can see that Hobos is going to be doing his mission as normal. See some few animals, everything else. But now that we're done with that, we're going to go back out from the Zeus interface. We're going to go back to MCC, and we're going to actually teleport ourselves into the fray. And by doing this, we'll be able to explain some of the more advanced options of the ACE. So we're going to teleport to where Hobos is right now. And right there is our good old buddy Hobos doing his thing. So, while we're down and concealed at the moment, we're going to look at our inventory. And as you can see, we can see our bandage and morphine auto-injector. So these are two items that are used, as well as the multi-tool inside of the ACE mod. And we're just going to go over a few simple differences with playing Arma 3 with the ACE mod. Wow, I've not done a video in forever. I do apologize. So... I don't know if you guys can see that right now, but Kitty's asking me if there's a need for all those realism mods, and that's why I'm actually creating a video. So, there might possibly be some guys in the distance, but going back, we're going to go through the basics of the, oh, I'm definitely getting shot at, so it's not good. Alright, perfect. We got shot. So this is a great example to figure out how medicine works inside of the ACE mod. So, whenever you're doing an interaction with something, you press the left Windows key. A little circle will pop up, and you'll be able to interact with everything around you, from players to vehicles to items. But right now, we need to use things in ourselves, so we hold left Control and left Windows key, and we'll be able to bring up a menu that we can look at. For gestures, the medical menu, to medical and team management and equipment. We're going to go over medical, and we can check all our extremities. We can see that our left arm just got shot. So, what we do is we bandage that up with a bandage. Just go over it, let go of the buttons, and your character will start bandaging himself, and you should be good to go. So right now, this is only the basic medical mod for ACE. There's a more advanced portion of it, which I'll cover later, or I might enable on my server, but at the moment, it's not happening. So, we can also go up to the medical menu, which shows us ourselves. And right now, since we have no more injuries, since we bandaged them up, we're good. But in case we do have an injury, you can always click an extremity. Click up here, you can hit bandage or inject morphine. Medics have a little more options, such as transfusing blood, but we'll go over that later. Also, while you're selecting the head, you can do a lot of different things, such as diagnose, check yourself and see that you are alive. You've lost some blood and you are in pain. So as you can see earlier, there is a white border around our screen, depending on how much pain we're in. And there's also flashing blood to determine that we're bleeding. We staunch the bleeding with a bandage, which is absolutely fantastic. But now we're in a bit of pain. So we're going to go ahead and go to our menu and inject ourselves with some morphine. Hopefully we won't get shot. And that should fix the pain problem. There we go. We're not in pain anymore. We're actually a little bit high. So a few more options that I'll go over. Oh, we're getting shot at right now. I'm making a mad dash for it. These guys aren't too bright. Oh, wow, I say that and immediately get shot. Check the menu, see where we got shot. Got shot in the left arm again. Wow, that absolutely sucks. So we can see our enemy right there, and it's currently engaging some enemies. I think I just shot Hobos in accident, so fortunately it's not the best thing about this game. I'm gonna roll over a little bit. Try to avoid getting shot some more. Stand straight up, see if we can't shoot this guy first. Got shot again, unfortunately. so now that we're exchanging blows and everything's all nice and dumb, you can see that I'm bleeding again. You can see that I'm in pain because I'm a horrible player at this game. So we're going to try and get down, check ourselves again, go to medical. We see that we got shot in the torso and the left arm, so we're going to go ahead and bandage those both, and we'll see our aim improve considerably. No, I know what you guys are thinking. This isn't exactly what you guys wanted to cover. There's a lot of things you have to go over. I can't place explosives normally. Why is everything so difficult? So help me God. I'll be covering that in just a little bit. So, one more feature. As you can see, our aim is so much better. Alright, I thought he was a little farther than that. Just took that guy out. Those two are obviously on our side, and we're going to continue moving up. Looking around a little bit more. Alright, so let's just say you have too many magazines and you want to repack some bullets. Easy, go to your self menu, repack magazines, pick which magazine you want to select, and you'll repack them. They'll be full, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Let's see. Well, I think that's about it right now without reloading my character. So I'm going to actually tell you guys how to drop an arsenal, which is a very convenient thing that you probably want to drop on the very first hand before you start a mission. So we're going to press Y to go to Zeus. We're going to click ourselves. Alright, hitting space does not work. We will find ourselves over here. You can see me hiding behind that rock. What you want to do is you want to go to the units, single units, go to empty, go all the way down to the supplies tree, go to storage, click one of these, I prefer one of the cargo nets, and drop it. And then after that, what you're going to want to do is double click it. Now when you do this, you'll be able to edit and script the actual item. So if you go here, there's a lot of presets, and you want to go to virtual arsenal, which is very important. Hit preset, add preset, and it will show the automatic script for it. Hit OK, go back into game, you'll see it's right here, and then you'll be able to bring up the arsenal just like normal. And then if you have something preset already, then you just hit load. You can see all my fucking retarded shit. Timmy the terrorist. So we're gonna load up, oh, where is it? One of these has explosives, I forgot which one. And I think it is night mission, so if not, we'll go and see if we can't grab some explosives, and I'll show you guys how to drop some explosives. So we're going to drop a few demolition blocks, go back, and let's just say we want to blow this up. Now, typically, when you want to use explosives, you'd use the mouse wheel. Unfortunately, with this mod, you do not do that. You hit the self-interaction menu with left control, left windows, go to explosives, hit place, and then demolition block. Let go, and then now you actually see it in the game, which allows you to place it exactly where you need to be, where you want it. So let's just say I want to set it right behind this rock. We can actually rotate it with the mouse wheel and decide exactly where we want to place it. So let's just say I want to place it right here, hit place, close enough. So now, if we go back into the arsenal and decide to grab an item, a trigger, we'll be able to trigger it remotely at any time we wish. If not, if you do not have a trigger, a firing device and or trigger, then you will not be able to arm that device, but instead you'll have to set it on a timer. So if we hit just left Windows key by itself, we can see there's a little dot right here. We can decide to either pick it up or select a trigger. If you don't have that firing device, you will be setting it on a timer. You can decide how long you want to set it, from like one minute to like 15 minutes. Goes all the way down to second. So we're gonna hit firing device, and now it has a firing device on it. Explosive code is number 1. Now let's just say we want to blow this bad boy up. Okay, well we're gonna want to get to cover first, of fucking course. Go down to cover. We can see our bandages there. And we're going to go to our self menu. We're going to go to explosives, the firing device, either detonate all or explosive code number 1. Let go, it will blow up. And we can see that we actually took some damage from that explosion. Our head was exposed. You can see, you can hear the ringing in our ears. So it was loud. You do take hearing damage with this mod. And you can see that's around the white outline on the screen shows us that we're in pain. We're probably dying quite a bit because everything's getting blurry. We can see the blood splat on the screen, which means we're bleeding. So this time we're going to go into the medical menu for ourselves. We can see that our left arm is in pain and lightly wounded, and we're also bleeding. The bleeding affects everything. It doesn't matter what you click. It doesn't mean that you're bleeding from that extremity. It just means that you're bleeding in general. So we're going to want to go ahead and bandage that up before we bleed out. So now that we have that bandaged, we don't have that blood overview pop up anymore. We're still in pain though, so we're gonna give ourselves some morphine. And depending on if you're a medic or not, you have more options to work with, and also other things to do. Accidentally bandaging ourselves, we don't want that. Hit the Windows key again, go to the medical menu, and we'll be able to cancel that action. So unfortunately we don't have any morphine, but we can go to our head, select our head, hit examine patient, diagnose, and we'll see how we're doing. We're alive, lost some blood, he's not in pain. Excellent. Great stuff. We have some more bandages down here, so you do want to remember that whenever you bandage yourself, you could be leaving a trail for your enemy to follow. But that's about it. If you do want to create a virtual ammo box, you do the same thing with the supplies and everything else. We're going to go see our friend Hobos is doing. If you like this video, leave a like at the bottom. If you want to see some more, subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to message me in game or somewhere else. And hopefully you will enjoy these mods. If not, I will in the description below I'll be dropping some oh, that's a lot of gunfire. I'll be dropping some manuals you guys can look at for the ACE and MCC. And there's also a lot of helpful videos on the internet done a lot better videos than mine are right now. So this is just on the fly. My name is Slade from Steam Gamers. If you ever want to try this server out, the enclosed instructions are in the description. It will show you the IP address, everything else. The mods are easily downloaded from the Steam Workshop, so you should have no problems downloading and being able to play. So my name is Slade. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and as always, good luck, have fun.